So, we will continue our discussion on IC engine, and today we will try to discuss about the classification and types of nozzle, ignition system which is important, whether it is battery ignition system or if time permits we will discuss about magneto injection system, ignition system. So, before I go to discuss about the types of nozzles and it why and its functioning, that we have discussed about the carburetor in the last lecture, that simple flow type carburetor we have discussed it, operational principle also we have discussed, what will be the mass flow rate of air and fuel if we try to supply air fuel mixture in a spark ignition engine. So, we have seen that using a simple flow type carburetor there are a few limitations, and if we need to overcome all those limitations, what would be the objective of the design of a modern carburetor we have discussed. And nowadays even carburation system is not used, rather it is almost obsolete. It is used fuel injection system, and whenever we are trying to use injection system rather supplying air and fuel, rather fuel injection system, then of course we have to supply fuel through a nozzle, because if we supply fuel in a liquid form, then we will not get economy of the fuel, rather maybe combustion will be restricted over a very tiny area, and we will not get fuel economy. So, we need to supply fuel through fuel nozzle, and nozzle whenever fuel is flowing through nozzle into the combustion chamber, we need to serve a few purposes, I mean whenever we are using nozzle. Today we will discuss that what are the objectives, I mean because why you are using nozzle, and we have seen that even today modern engines are equipped with injection system, and because of we are having injection system we need to supply fuel through fuel injector and through fuel nozzle. And even if we do not think about simple flow type carburetor, rather elementary carburetor, even if we have a modern carburetor design, but till maybe we will be able to supply air fuel mixture depending upon the requirement of the engine, but even but the supplying fuel through fuel nozzle or through injection system is always preferable one than using a carburation system. So, in general nozzles are used in a CI engine injection system. So, if I try to talk about nozzle, then preferably nozzles are used in a CI engine, compression ignition engine injection system. So, basic objective CI engine injection system. Whenever we are thinking about the injection system, rather we are going to discuss about the injection system in a compression ignition engine, of course we cannot, nozzle is an integral part of that. So, we have discussed that even without having nozzle, only through carburetor, only through the carburetor we can supply air fuel mixture or charge. Maybe it is not always possible to supply stoichiometric air fuel ratio or chemically correct air fuel ratio using a simple flow type carburetor, but modification of a simple flow type carburetor may provide required amount of charge depending upon the engine requirement. And we have seen that during idling condition and cruising idling zone, cruising zone and power zone, the requirement of air fuel air mixture changes. So, if a simple flow type carburetor is designed, rather adjusted for the satisfactory operation during idling condition, it may supply excessively higher fuel air mixture during cruising zone and the power zone. So, unnecessary wastage of fuel will be there, and to avoid that, probably nowadays that simple flow type carburetor is replaced by modern carburetor, or it is better to have injection system so that we can supply fuel through nozzle. And we will discuss today that if we supply fuel through a nozzle, not only that we will be able to supply, we will get fuel economy also, that we will have a efficient combustion in the combustion chamber. So, what are the objectives? So, in a CI engine injection system in general, but a nozzle is an integral part. So, through which we are supplying fuel into the combustion chamber. So, what are the basic objectives? Basic objectives of nozzles or injection system, rather why because if we try to recall that in a CI engine we supply air we supply only air through intake manifold, while fuel is sprayed through a fuel nozzle or fuel injector, and complete system is known as fuel injection system. There will be a fuel pump and of course there will be a nozzle. This complete system is known as fuel injection system and nozzle is one of the parts of that system. So, what are the basic objective of having nozzle? We will have fuel pump, but apart from that fuel pump, because of course we have to pump fuel from fuel tank to the nozzle, and when fuel is flowing through the nozzle, the fuel will encounter a huge pressure drop. And for that we have to have a pump. So, basic objective is to number one, we supply fuel air mixture into the combustion chamber of SI engine, and for that we have to we need a special device which is known as carburetor, which allow the efficient mixing of fuel and air before it goes to the cylinder during intake stroke, and also it tries to provide chemically correct air fuel ratio. Maybe it is not always possible using a simple float type carburetor, but if we modify the design of a simple float type carburetor, it may be possible to supply chemically correct air fuel ratio into the engine cylinder. But the basic objective of having nozzle is that to atomize the fuel, why atomization is required? Because as I said you that whenever we are supplying fuel, maybe we can directly supply fuel to the injection combustion chamber without having nozzle. In that case, we will be able to supply liquid fuel in the form of a relatively larger drop. So, when you are supplying liquid drop in the combustion chamber, combustion will be localized over rather we won't be able to supply fuel into the entire space of the combustion chamber. So, maybe combustion won't be efficient. So, the function of the nozzle is to atomize the fuel into number of smaller and smaller droplets, and second objective is to have a desired spray pattern, which is also an important objective of having nozzle in an injection system. As I said you that without having nozzle we can supply fuel in the form of a liquid droplet, and in that case liquid drop will be injected in a area over a tiny area in the combustion chamber that are combustion will be localized. But if you would like to supply, but our target would be to supply fuel into the area where compressed air is there, because combustion area is not a very small area. So, we need to our target should be to supply fuel over the entire area of the combustion chamber, and to do that we need to supply fuel in a desired spray pattern. So, what do we mean by desired spray pattern? Rather, desired spray pattern is characterized by, so this is characterized by, spray cone angle, depth of spray, number C is average size distribution. So, to ensure that fuel particle will go, rather it will readily fuel particle, rather the fuel which is being supplied to the combustion chamber will meet more readily with the air over the entire area of the combustion chamber. We should have a desired spray pattern, and for that we need to have nozzle. That is the second objective. First objective is that whenever we are having nozzle, if we supply fuel in a liquid drop, in a form of a liquid drop, it will be a combustion will be localized and we may not get efficient combustion. So, we need to break the fuel particle into number of smaller and smaller droplets. So, this is the first objective. Second objective, that is what, that we need to ensure that the fuel which is being supplied is being nozzled into the combustion chamber, we will try to go into the almost it will mix with the air which is there into the which is there in the combustion chamber. So, to have desired distribution, that is the fuel particle should not be injected, fuel particles should not be spread only over a small area into the combustion chamber, rather it will be supplied over the entire area within the combustion chamber, so that it can readily mix with the compressed air. To have a efficient mixing, rather efficient combustion, we need to have desired spray pattern, and that is characterized by spray cone angle, depth of spray and average size distribution. So, what do we mean by, suppose this is the nozzle, then fuel is sprayed, because we should have high injection pressure. So, this is the fuel spray pattern, right. So, this angle is known as theta, that is spray cone angle, and this depth that will be L, that is known as depth of spray L, and spray cone angle theta. That means nozzle, see, while we are having nozzle in the system, in injection system, it will be able to supply, rather fuel will be able to penetrate a certain distance. Not only that, whenever it is fuel particle is able to penetrate a particular distance, we also need to ensure that we will be able to penetrate a particular distance with a desired spray cone angle theta, so that we can have efficient mixing with the compressed air that is there over the entire area within the combustion chamber. So, these are the objectives of having a nozzle, and we have discussed that what do we mean by desired spray pattern, and that is characterized by a spray cone angle theta, depth of spray L and average size distribution, that is also important. So, these are the objectives of having nozzle in a CI engine injection system. So, now we will discuss that while you are thinking about designing a nozzle, so the design of a nozzle must be the nozzle design must be nozzle design is important, so that we can fulfill the objectives whatever we have discussed, that is desired spray pattern and the atomization of the fuel droplet. That means nozzle design is important from two different perspectives. First one is very important, the liquid fuel forced through the nozzle will be broken off into finer droplets. So, we are supplying liquid fuel using a fuel pump, which is also one of the parts of the injection system, and then fuel is coming to the nozzle. So, while fuel is flowing through the nozzle, rather when pump is forcing the liquid fuel to go through the nozzle, then we need to ensure while you are designing the nozzle that the fuel particle will be broken up into finer droplets as it enters into the combustion chamber. Why? Because as I said you that entire combustion chamber is filled up with compressed air. So, we have to ensure that fuel particle will go to the remote corner, rather it will occupy, rather it will mix with the fuel, all the fuel particle being supplied will mix with the air which is there in the combustion chamber, rather which is there over the entire area of the combustion chamber, and for that we should have a desired spray pattern. But if we do not supply fuel into a finer number of smaller and smaller droplet, then what will happen, combustion won't be efficient, that this issue we will discuss in the context of discussion of combustion in a CI engine. So, that we will discuss in one of my lectures in the next phase we will discuss. So, this is very important. So, this is the first phase. So, this is the first phase in obtaining proper mixing of fuel and air in the combustion chamber. So, nozzle design important from two different perspectives. First one is essentially to fragments the fuel particle, liquid fuel into a number of smaller finer droplets, essentially to have a proper mixing with the compressed air in the combustion chamber. So, this is the first objective, that it will have a efficient mixing, that it will readily mix with the air, rather compressed air in the combustion chamber. Second objective is, so this is the first objective. Second objective we will discuss, that the fuel must be properly distributed or dispersed in the desired areas of the chamber. Fuel must be properly distributed or dispersed in the desired areas of the chamber. In the desired areas of the combustion chamber. So, while we are designing a nozzle which will be equipped with a fuel injection system, then we need to ensure that the first one is that whenever liquid fuel is forced through the nozzle using a fuel pump, the nozzle will be able to fragments the liquid fuel into a number of finer droplets before it enters into the combustion chamber, rather as it enters into the combustion chamber, and this is the first phase in obtaining a proper mixing of the fuel with the compressed air in the combustion chamber. Second thing, fine, we have ensured that instead of supplying liquid fuel, we can supply fuel into a number of very small finer fuel droplets, so that we can have efficient mixing with the compressed air in the combustion chamber. Second is, the fuel must be properly, so that we have ensured. Nozzle also have to ensure that while we are designing nozzle, we also have to ensure that fuel must be distributed, rather dispersed into the desired areas of the combustion chamber. Maybe and for that spray cone angle and depth of the spray is important, because if we supply fuel only over a localized area in the combustion chamber, then it is not possible that the compressed air that is there in the remote areas won't take part in the combustion. So, we may not have efficient combustion and we may not get fuel economy, and to ensure that proper distributed or properly distributed spray pattern is needed, and for that we have to have again nozzle. So, this is very important. So, this is the second phase. So, this is the second phase and this is the second phase, and in this phase injection pressure, a few important aspects are there. In this phase, injection pressure, which is very important, injection pressure, then density of air into the cylinder, density of air in the cylinder, right. Physical property of the fuel as well as the nozzle design become important factor. Physical properties of fuel become important factor. So, first phase we have ensured that nozzle will be able to supply fuel liquid fuel rather of very small and finer droplets. Instead of having liquid fuel, we can supply fuel of very small and finer droplets. Second phase, that what we need to ensure, that we have to ensure that we will get proper distribution of the fuel, rather dispersed phase of the fuel in the combustion chamber, so that instead of having localized combustion, we may have combustion over the entire area of in the combustion chamber, so that the compressed air that is there in the remote area can mix with the fuel that is being introduced or injected. And while you are talking about properly distributed dispersed phase of the fuel, then a few important aspects you need to take into account, that is injection pressure, density of the air in the cylinder, and physical properties of the fuel, because these three are important factors which will govern, rather which will dictate the whether we will get a properly distributed or dispersed phase of the liquid or not. So, and these are very important issues we need to take into account while we are designing the nozzle. For example, because we have discussed that, okay, fine, example. For example, what is the role of injection pressure? What is the role of the injection pressure? So, higher injection pressure results. So, what is the role of injection pressure? If we have higher injection pressure, it will results in better dispersion as well as better penetration of the fuel into all locations, results in better dispersion as well as better penetration of the fuel in all location in the combustion chamber. That is very important, in all location in the chamber. It is very important that we need to ensure that the dispersed or distributed phase will be such that, so that the air which is there in the remote corner also will be able to take part in the combustion. So, otherwise we should not get efficiency of higher combustion efficiency. So, this is very important. This is one. Not only that, higher injection pressure. So, higher injection pressure ensure that the better penetration of the fuel in all locations in the combustion chamber. Higher injection pressure, this is also very important. Higher injection pressure also produces finer droplet, which readily mix, which tends to meet readily with the air, more readily with the air. So, injection pressure, the role of injection pressure is that higher injection pressure results in better dispersion or distributed phase in all locations in the chamber. Not only that, it also produces finer droplets which tends to meet more readily with the air. So, I mean, if we try to fragment liquid fuel into number of smaller and smaller droplet, we will have better combustion, because it will tend the droplets will tend to meet readily with the more readily with the air, right. So, you will have a better mixing. So, this is the important issue. Now, what about, so we have discussed about injection pressure. So, then what about density? As I said you that another aspect is density of the air in the cylinder. So, next is density, very important that density of air in the combustion chamber. So, why? So, density of the air in the combustion chamber is very important. How? So, higher the density of the air, higher the density of the compressed air, rather better, rather I write better the density, better the density of the compressed air in the chamber, right, the greater the resistance, greater resistance offered, greater resistance offered to the fuel droplets during its travel in the chamber. If we have a higher density, better density, that means whenever liquid droplets is coming from the nozzle, it encounters relatively higher resistance during its travel, as a result of which what will happen, and as a result of which better dispersion of the fuel, as a result of which we will have better dispersion. So, as a result we will get better dispersion of fuel, as if liquid droplet is coming while it is coming from nozzle, and if it encounters relatively higher resistance being offered by the compressed air, then it will have a better dispersion, rather it will the spray will get a desired spray pattern, and that is very important. So, this is the role of the density of the air in the combustion chamber, and last is physical properties of the fuel. Physical properties of fuel. So, this is the last one. So, this is density of the air that we have seen, that higher the density, the greater will be the dispersion of the fuel. How physical properties? Physical properties such as viscosity, surface tension, surface tension, these are very important, because these properties are very important, also important for the dispersion of the fuel. And surface tension also plays an important role for the formation of smaller and smaller droplet breaking, all those things. So, these are very important issues while you are discussing, while you are thinking of nozzle design. So, nozzle design, there are we have discussed that there are two objectives: to have atomization of the fuel and desired spray pattern. We have discussed about the first phase and the second phase. While you are having fuel injection, while fuel is flowing through the nozzle, there are first phase and second phase. What are the issues during first phase and second phase, and what are the objectives of having, what objectives we need to fulfill during first phase and second phase, that is what we have discussed. So, now we will come to the discussion. So, from this discussion we have seen that the nozzle must spray fuel into chamber in such a manner. So, from the discussion we have seen that nozzle must spray the fuel, nozzle must spray fuel into the combustion chamber in such a manner that the that the fuel reaching the surrounding walls of the combustion chamber, the nozzle must spray fuel into combustion in such a manner that the fuel, rather the nozzle must spray fuel into the combustion chamber in such a manner as to minimize the the quantity of fuel, rather I can write that as such a manner that the fuel reaching at the surrounding wall of the combustion chamber will be minimized. So, this is an important issue. Any fuel, so this is very important. What will happen if fuel strike the fuel drop, the fuel which is being coming, or rather the injected fuel reaching to the surrounding wall, then what will be the problem? So, nozzle will ensure that we will have a desired depth of the spray. Not only that, it will have a desired spray pattern that is characterized by the depth of the spray and the spray cone angle. So, that first phase it will ensure we will have a sufficient number of smaller and smaller droplets, so that it can readily mix with air in almost in all the areas in the combustion chamber. Second phase, not only it will fragments the fuel into more smaller and smaller number of droplets, rather it will be able to provide sufficient desired spray pattern which is characterized by the spray cone angle and this depth of the spray. While we are ensuring that okay fine we will have a desired spray pattern, at the same time we also need to ensure that the nozzle must spray fuel in the combustion chamber in such a way that it will minimize the fuel particle, it will minimize the quantity of fuel reaching to the surrounding walls. I cannot completely stop it, rather I cannot completely make it 0. I mean some fuel some amount of fuel, rather some fuel droplets will try to strike the surrounding walls in the combustion chamber, rather we need to ensure that the quantities of fuel striking the surrounding walls of a combustion chamber will be minimized, but I cannot make it 0. What will happen? Very importantly, any fuels striking the walls of a cylinder, striking the walls of the chamber tend to decompose producing carbon deposit, unpleasant odor and a smoky exhaust, So, that means we need to ensure that a minimum quantity rather the quantity of fuel droplets striking the walls, surrounding walls of the combustion chamber should be minimized. Otherwise, we will have a if a large number of fuel droplets strike the walls of a combustion chamber, we will have a carbon deposit. Not only that, we will have unpleasant odor and we will get a smoky exhaust. So, to avoid that I mean we have to design nozzle in a proper way. So, now we will come to the discussion of types of nozzles. So, we have seen that what are the objective of nozzles, why we should have nozzle, okay fine, that we have to spray a nozzle, we have to break the liquid fuel into smaller and smaller number of droplet. First of all, we have to make the fuel into form of a drop, and then the droplets should be the liquid fuel will be broken up into a number of smaller droplets, and also we need to ensure that the combustion won't be localized, and to do that we have to have a desired spray pattern, and while we are having desired spray pattern, also you have to keep in mind that a large portion of the fuel droplet should not strike the walls of the surrounding, should not strike the walls of the combustion chamber. So, now what are the types of nozzle? Types of nozzle, very important. Single nozzle, multiple nozzle, and pintle type. Pintle type. So, what is single nozzle? Single orifice nozzle, rather single orifice nozzle. So, single orifice nozzle is like this, that it is single orifice nozzle. So, in a single orifice nozzle we have only one, the single drilled passageway. So, this is only one drilled, we will have only one drilled fuel passageway. This is called only one. And what is, so at the end of the nozzle, so I am writing that various types of nozzles, are used in CI engine, right, but the most common types are, but various types of nozzles are used in CI engine. Most common types are this, that is single nozzle, single orifice nozzle, multiple orifice nozzle, and pintle type. Single orifice nozzle consists, the single orifice nozzle which consists of a single hole in the end, at the end of this, consists of a single hole at the end of the nozzle. At the end of the nozzle, through which fuel passes into the combustion chamber, through which fuel passes into the combustion chamber. And if we, so this is single orifice nozzle, we have only one drilled fuel passageway, and which is located at the end of the fuel, through which fuel passes into the combustion chamber. Number 2 is multiple orifice nozzle. Multiple orifice nozzle. So, instead of having a single drilled passageway, we have we will have multiple drilled passageway. So, this is the nozzle. So, this is multiple orifice nozzle, right. So, the multiple orifice nozzle contains several drilled fuel passageways, several drilled fuel passageways. Instead of having single drill passageway, we are having multiple drill passageway through which fuel passes into the chamber. So, this is very important multiple orifice nozzle, and last one is spindle type. Last one is spindle type, right. So, we have this is small flanger and this is fuel passageway. So, the pintle nozzle. So, pintle type nozzle consists of a small flanger in the fuel passageway, and the movement of the plunger control the flow of fuel into the chamber. The movement of the plunger controls the flow of fuel into the chamber. So, we have in a pintle type is we have a small plunger and this is known as spindle. This is known as spindle. So, the movement of the spindle which controls the flow of fuel into the chamber, and we will have a small plunger and the movement is it is having to and fro movement. We can control the movement essentially to maintain the gap through which fuel will be injected or fuel will be flowing into the combustion chamber. So, by controlling the movement of the plunger we can control the flow of fuel into the combustion chamber. Now, the single and multiple orifice nozzles are used with. So, we have discussed about single orifice nozzle, multiple orifice nozzle and the pintle type. The single and multiple orifice nozzles are used with non-turbulent type combustion chamber. The single and multiple orifice nozzle, these are used in non-turbulent type combustion chamber, right. The orifices are very small. The orifices of these nozzles are very small and are subjected to clogging by carbon particle, which may either interfere with the functioning of the nozzle stream or may even completely stop fuel. Carbon particle which may either interfere with the functioning of the nozzle or completely or may even completely stop the fuel flow through the fuel flow. through same orifice, through same orifice. So, if we have a single or multiple field orifice type which are normally used in non-turbulent type combustion chamber, the orifices are very small and sometimes they are subjected to subjected to clogging by carbon particle, because whenever you are having combustion chamber that is very close to combustion chamber. So, sometimes they are subjected to clogging of the carbon particle. So, when they are clogged with the carbon particle, the clogging of the carbon particle either may interfere with the functioning of the nozzle, or sometimes it may completely stop the supply of fuel flow through the same orifice. So, and that is why because of this a proper this because of this these types of nozzles, these nozzles usually required better maintenance and higher operating and higher operating expenses. So, because of this, these nozzles usually require better maintenance and higher operating expenses. So, these are important aspects. On the other hand, if we discuss about spindle type, the spindle type nozzles are generally employed with turbulent type combustion chamber, with turbulent type combustion chamber which utilizes lower injection pressure, and due to the action of that plunger, this type of nozzle are less susceptible to clogging thereby and maintenance is thereby reduced. So, this type of nozzle very important, that small spindle which have since the movement of the plunger is there, by changing the movement of the by controlling the movement of the plunger you can control the fuel flow. So, whenever that plunger movement is there, the movement of the spindle itself even though there will be a deposition of carbon particle or clogging by carbon particle, the movement of the plunger itself will allow to remove, rather will clear the carbon deposition, and that is why these are less susceptible to clogging and thereby maintenance is reduced. So, these are the very important types of nozzle normally used in CI engine: single orifice type, multiple orifice type and spindle type. Single and multiple orifice type we have discussed, either we have single drill passageway or multiple drill passageways, but these nozzles are normally used with non-turbulent type combustion chamber where injection pressure is will be high, rather which non-turbulent type combustion chamber utilizes higher injection pressure, and the orifices of these nozzles are very small and subjected to clogging of carbon particle, that is what we have discussed, and this clogging by carbon particle sometimes may interfere with the functioning of the nozzle, or sometimes it may completely stop the fuel flow, and because of this we need a better maintenance and operating cost will be higher. On the other hand, the nozzle fitted with the plunger type, it is normally employed in a turbulent type combustion chamber which utilizes lower pressure. Not only that, even though there is a probability of having clogging by carbon particle, the movement of the plunger itself will try to cleared the carbon deposition, as a result of which maintenance is reduced, thereby reduced. So, with this I stop here today, and we will continue our discussion in the next class, and we will discuss about the ignition system, battery ignition system, and if time permits we will discuss about magneto injection system, and also we will try to work out a few example, that is what we have discussed in the last lectures. Thank you very much.